Welcome to Knowitrix, where curiosity becomes clarity. If you love learning, thinking deeper, and understanding the world in a smarter way, you're in the right place. From the science behind viral moments to the future of technology, from human psychology to global events, every episode transforms everyday questions into powerful insights. Welcome to the Matrix of Modern Knowledge, Introduction to Content Strategy. Content is everywhere, but strategy is what makes it powerful. Without strategy, content is just noise. With strategy, it becomes a system, a deliberate, data-driven engine that builds trust, drives engagement, and delivers measurable results. Content strategy is the blueprint behind every successful brand story. At its core, content strategy answers three questions. What will we create? Why will we create it? And how will it achieve our goals? It's not about posting more, it's about posting smarter. Every piece of content must serve a purpose, fit into a plan, and move the audience closer to action. A strong content strategy begins with clarity of purpose. You must define what your content is meant to accomplish. Are you building awareness, generating leads, nurturing relationships, or driving sales? Each goal demands a different tone, format, and distribution plan. Purpose gives direction. Without it, even great content drifts aimlessly. Next comes audience understanding. You can't create meaningful content for people you don't understand. Who are they? What do they care about? What problems do they face? What motivates them to act? Audience research transforms assumptions into insights. It helps you speak their language, address their pain points, and earn their attention. Once you know your audience, you define your content pillars, the core themes your brand will consistently communicate. These pillars reflect your expertise and values. For example, a digital marketing brand might focus on SEO, social media, analytics, and storytelling. Pillars keep your content focused and prevent random posting. Then comes content mapping, aligning each piece of content with the customer journey. Awareness content attracts attention. Consideration content builds trust. Conversion content drives action. Mapping ensures your content meets people where they are, not where you wish they were. A content strategy also defines formats and channels. Blogs, videos, podcasts, reels, carousels, newsletters. Each format serves a different purpose. Your strategy should balance reach and depth. Short-form content for discovery, long-form content for authority. Distribution matters as much as creation. Consistency is another pillar of success. A content calendar helps you plan topics, organize formats, and maintain rhythm. Consistency builds familiarity, and familiarity builds trust. When your audience knows when and what to expect, engagement grows naturally.
Data completes the loop. A content strategy is never static. It evolves through measurement. Analytics reveal what works, which topics resonate, which formats perform, and which platforms convert. Strategy turns data into direction. Finally, content strategy connects creativity with business. It ensures that every idea supports a goal, every post strengthens a message, and every campaign contributes to growth. It's the bridge between storytelling and performance. Content strategy is not about chasing trends, it's about building systems. When your content is strategic, you stop guessing and start growing. You create with intention, measure with precision, and communicate with purpose. Building a content framework. A content strategy becomes powerful only when it is supported by a content framework, the structural backbone that keeps your ideas organized, your messaging consistent, and your execution predictable. Without a framework, content creation feels chaotic. With a framework, it becomes a smooth, repeatable system that scales effortlessly. A strong content framework begins with content pillars, the core themes your brand will consistently talk about. These pillars represent your expertise and the value you bring to your audience. For a digital marketing brand, Pillars might include SEO, social media, analytics, and storytelling. Pillars prevent randomness and ensure every piece of content reinforces your brand identity. Once your pillars are defined, you break them down into subtopics. These are the specific angles, questions, and ideas that live under each pillar. For example, under SEO, you might have keyword research, on-page optimization, backlinks, and analytics. Subtopics help you generate endless content ideas without losing focus. Next comes content formats. The shapes your ideas will take. Every message can be expressed in multiple ways. Short-form videos for quick insights, long-form videos for deep explanations, blog posts for search visibility, carousels for visual storytelling, infographics for data-driven content, podcasts for conversational depth, emails for nurturing and conversion. Your framework should map which formats work best for each pillar and each stage of the customer journey. A powerful framework also includes content categories, the emotional and functional roles your content plays. These categories help you maintain balance and variety. Common categories include educational content, teaches and informs, inspirational content, motivates and uplifts, entertaining content, engages and delights, authority-building content, showcases expertise, conversion content, drives action. When you mix these categories strategically, your content becomes dynamic and multidimensional. Another essential part of the framework is content mapping, aligning each piece of content with the audience's journey. Awareness content introduces your brand. Consideration content builds trust. Decision content drives conversions. Retention content keeps your audience engaged. Mapping ensures your content supports long-term relationships, not just short-term views. Your framework should also define content frequency. Consistency matters more than volume. Whether you post daily, weekly, or twice a month, your audience should feel your presence regularly. A predictable rhythm builds trust and keeps your brand top of mind. Then comes workflow, the step-by-step process that takes an idea from concept to publication. A typical workflow includes ideation, research, scripting or drafting, designing or filming, editing, publishing, distribution, and performance analysis. A clear workflow eliminates confusion and speeds up production. Finally, a content framework includes feedback loops. Every piece of content teaches you something. Analytics reveal what resonates, what falls flat, and what needs refinement. Your framework should evolve based on data, not assumptions. A content framework is not a rigid set of rules. It's a living system. It gives structure without limiting creativity. It ensures your content is consistent, strategic, and aligned with your goals. When your framework is strong, your content becomes unstoppable. A content strategy becomes unstoppable when supported by content planning, the process of organizing ideas, scheduling topics, and ensuring every piece of content is created with intention. Planning transforms creativity into consistency. It removes chaos, eliminates last-minute stress, and gives your brand a steady rhythm. Content planning begins with clarity of goals. Before you plan what to publish, you must know why you're publishing it. Are you trying to educate, inspire, convert, or retain your audience? Each goal shapes the type of content you create and the platforms you prioritize. Goals give direction. Planning gives structure. Once your goals are clear, you move into topic planning. This is where your content pillars and subtopics come alive. You brainstorm ideas under each pillar, ensuring your content stays focused and relevant. Topic planning prevents creative blocks. Next comes format planning, deciding how each idea will be expressed. A single topic can become a video, a blog post, a carousel, a reel, a podcast, or an infographic. Choosing the right format depends on your audience, your platform, and your message. A strong content calendar includes publishing dates, content topics, content formats, platforms, target audience segments, CTAs, calls to action, status, drafting, editing, scheduled, published. This structure ensures nothing slips through the cracks. Your calendar should also reflect content frequency. Posting daily is powerful, but only if you can maintain quality. Posting weekly is effective, but only if you stay consistent. The right frequency is the one you can sustain without burnout. Consistency builds trust, and trust builds loyalty. Another key part of planning is content batching. Instead of creating content one piece at a time, you produce multiple pieces in a single session. You batch ideas, batch scripts, batch designs, batch recordings. Batching saves time, reduces stress, and increases productivity. It turns content creation into a smooth, predictable workflow. Planning also includes seasonal and event-based content. Holidays, industry events, product launches, and cultural moments offer opportunities for timely, high-impact content. A good calendar anticipates these moments and prepares content in advance. Your content plan should also include distribution planning, how you will promote each piece of content. Posting is only half the job. Distribution ensures your content reaches the right people. This includes repurposing content across platforms, sharing in communities, sending newsletters, and optimizing for search. Finally, content planning includes review cycles. At the end of each week or month, you analyze performance, which posts performed best, which formats drove engagement, which topics resonated, what needs improvement. These insights feed back into your calendar, making your planning smarter over time. Content planning is not about filling a schedule, it's about building momentum. When your content is planned, your brand becomes consistent, your message becomes clear, and your growth becomes predictable. High-quality content is the fuel that powers every successful digital strategy. It's what attracts attention, builds trust, and keeps your audience coming back. In a world overflowing with information, quality is what separates brands that get ignored from brands that get remembered. Creating high-quality content isn't about being perfect. It's about being purposeful, valuable, and human. The foundation of high-quality content is clarity. Your audience should instantly understand what your content is about and why it matters. Clear messaging cuts through noise. Confusing messaging gets scrolled past. Every piece of content should answer one question: what value does this deliver to the viewer?
Next comes relevance. High-quality content speaks directly to your audience's needs, problems, and desires. It addresses their questions, solves their challenges, and guides them toward their goals. Relevance is what makes your content feel personal, like it was created just for them. High-quality content is also accurate and well-researched. Whether you're teaching, explaining, or storytelling, your information must be reliable. Research builds credibility. Credibility builds trust, and trust is the currency of digital marketing. Another essential element is originality. Your content should offer a unique perspective, your voice, your insights, your experience. Originality doesn't mean reinventing the wheel. It means adding something meaningful to the conversation. When your content feels fresh, people pay attention. High-quality content is also emotionally engaging. Facts inform, but emotions inspire action. Whether you use storytelling, humor, empathy, or inspiration, emotional resonance makes your content memorable. People may forget information, but they remember how your content made them feel. Structure plays a major role too. Great content is easy to read, easy to watch, and easy to understand. This means short paragraphs, clear headings, strong visuals, smooth transitions, logical flow. Good structure keeps your audience engaged from start to finish. Visual quality matters as well. In the digital world, visuals are the first impression. High-quality images, clean graphics, and well-edited videos elevate your content instantly. Poor visuals make even great ideas look unprofessional. Another key factor is storytelling. Stories turn information into experience. They make your content relatable, memorable, and impactful. Whether you're explaining a concept or promoting a product, storytelling transforms your message into something people connect with. High-quality content also includes a clear call to action. Every piece of content should guide the audience toward a next step. Watch another video, download a resource, subscribe, comment, or visit your website. CTAs turn engagement into results. Consistency is another hallmark of quality. When your tone, style, and message stay consistent across platforms, your brand becomes recognizable. Consistency builds familiarity, and familiarity builds trust. Finally, high-quality content is optimized for search and discovery. This means using keywords naturally, writing strong titles, adding alt text to images, and structuring content for readability. Optimization ensures your content doesn't just exist, it gets found. High-quality content is not about perfection. It's about intention, clarity, and value. When your content is useful, engaging, and authentic, it becomes a magnet, attracting the right audience and building long-term loyalty. Creating great content is only half the journey. The other half is making sure it reaches the right people. Content distribution and promotion are what transform a single piece of content into a powerful engine for visibility, engagement, and growth. Without distribution, even the best content gets lost. With it, your message travels, spreads, and influences. Distribution begins with a simple truth. Your audience lives on multiple platforms, and each platform has its own behavior, culture, and expectations. Your job is to meet them where they are, not where you want them to be. This means tailoring your distribution strategy to the strengths of each channel. There are 3 major types of distribution: owned, earned, and paid. Owned distribution, your home base. Owned channels are platforms you control completely. These include your website, your blog, your email list, your YouTube channel, your social media profiles. Owned distribution is the most reliable because no algorithm can take it away. Email newsletters, for example, are one of the most powerful distribution tools: direct, personal, and algorithm-proof. Your owned channels are the foundation of your content ecosystem. Earned distribution. Others share your content. Earned distribution happens when people share your content voluntarily. This includes social shares, mentions, backlinks, features in blogs or podcasts, community discussions. Earned distribution is powerful because it carries trust. When others share your content, it expands your reach far beyond your own audience. The key to earning distribution is creating content that is useful, emotional, or surprising, content worth talking about. Paid distribution, accelerated reach. Paid promotion amplifies your content quickly. This includes social media ads, Google ads, sponsored posts, influencer collaborations. Paid distribution is not a replacement for quality, it's a multiplier. When used strategically, it helps your best content reach the right people faster. Repurposing, the secret weapon. One piece of content can become 10. A long-form video becomes short clips, reels, carousels, quotes, blog posts, email newsletters. Repurposing maximizes your effort and keeps your message consistent across platforms. It ensures your content works harder than you do. Communities and micro-platforms distribution isn't just about big platforms. Communities like Reddit, Quora, LinkedIn groups, Facebook groups, Discord servers can drive highly targeted engagement. These spaces reward authenticity and value. When you contribute meaningfully, your content spreads organically. Timing and frequency distribution is also about timing. Posting when your audience is active increases visibility. Each platform has peak hours, and your analytics reveal when your audience is most engaged. Consistent distribution builds momentum and keeps your brand top top of mind.
Promotion is not bragging, it's service. If your content helps people, promoting it helps them find it. The more you distribute, the more impact you create. Content distribution is the bridge between creation and impact. It ensures your ideas travel, your message spreads, and your brand grows. When you master distribution, your content stops being a post. It becomes a movement. Content strategy becomes powerful only when it is guided by data. Creativity brings ideas to life, but analytics show you which ideas truly work. Without measurement, content creation becomes guesswork. With analytics, it becomes a predictable, scalable system that grows stronger with every post, video, or campaign. Content performance is where strategy meets reality. The first step in analyzing performance is understanding your core metrics. These metrics reveal how your audience behaves, what they value, and how effectively your content moves them toward action. 1. Reach. How many people saw your content? Reach shows the size of your audience exposure. It tells you whether your distribution strategy is working. High reach means your content is being discovered. Low reach signals weak distribution or poor timing. Impressions. How often was your content displayed? Impressions measure visibility. A single user may generate multiple impressions. This metric helps you understand how frequently platforms push your content into feeds. 3. Engagement. Did your content spark interaction? Engagement includes likes, comments, shares, saves, and clicks. High engagement means your content resonates emotionally or intellectually. Low engagement means your message didn't connect or your format wasn't compelling. 4. Watch time and retention. Did people stay with you? For video content, retention is everything. Platforms reward content that keeps viewers watching. If viewers drop off early, your storytelling, pacing, or hook needs improvement. If they stay till the end, your content is strong and platform algorithms take notice. 5. Click-through rate, CTR. Did your content drive action? CTR measures how many people clicked your link, thumbnail, or call to action. A strong CTR means your titles, thumbnails, and messaging are compelling. A weak CTR means your packaging needs refinement. 6. Conversion rate. Did your content achieve its purpose? Conversions include signups, purchases, downloads, form submissions, website visits. This metric reveals whether your content drives real business results. 7. Audience insights. Who is consuming your content? Analytics reveal demographics, locations, interests, and behaviors. Understanding your audience helps you tailor your tone, topics, and formats. When you know who you're speaking to, your content becomes sharper and more relevant. Tools that power content analytics. Google Analytics tracks website traffic, user behavior, and conversions. YouTube Analytics reveals retention, click-through rate, watch time, and audience demographics. Meta Insights measures engagement, reach, and audience behavior. LinkedIn Analytics provides professional audience insights. Email Analytics tracks open rates, click rates, and unsubscribe rates. These tools turn raw numbers into actionable insights. Interpreting the data is only useful when you know how to read it. Ask yourself, which content performs best? Which formats drive the most engagement? Which topics attract the most attention? Which platforms deliver the highest conversions? What patterns repeat across your top-performing content? Patterns reveal truth. Truth guides strategy. The optimization loop. Great content creators follow a simple cycle. Create, measure, learn, improve, repeat. Every piece of content becomes a lesson. Every metric becomes a signal. Every improvement compounds over time. The big picture. Analytics don't replace creativity, they enhance it. They show you what works, what doesn't, and what your audience truly values. When you combine creativity with data, your content becomes unstoppable. Content performance isn't about chasing numbers. It's about understanding people. And when you understand people, you create content that inspires, educates, and converts. Content optimization and iteration. Content creation doesn't end when you hit publish. In fact, that's where the real work begins. The most successful creators, brands, and marketers don't just produce content. They optimize it, refine it, and evolve it based on performance. This process is called iteration, and it's the secret behind long-term content success. Content optimization starts with a simple mindset shift. Your first version is not your final version. Every piece of content is a draft, a starting point. Analytics reveal what needs improvement, and iteration transforms good content into great content. The first step in optimization is identifying high-potential content. These are pieces that performed well but could perform even better with refinement. Maybe the topic resonated, but the hook was weak. Maybe the video had strong watch time, but a low click-through rate. Maybe the blog ranked on page 2 but needs stronger keywords. High-potential content is your gold mine. Next, you analyze what held the content back. For example, low CTR, weak title or thumbnail. Low retention, slow pacing or unclear structure. Low engagement, lack of emotional connection. Low conversions, unclear CTA or weak offer. Each metric points to a specific area for improvement. Once you know what to fix, you begin iterating. Iteration can include rewriting titles, updating thumbnails, strengthening hooks, adding visuals, improving storytelling, updating outdated information, enhancing SEO keywords, adding clearer CTAs. Small changes can create massive improvements. Another powerful optimization technique is content refreshing. Over time, information becomes outdated, trends shift, and audience expectations evolve. Refreshing old content keeps it relevant and boosts search rankings. Search engines love updated content. It signals freshness and authority. Content optimization also includes repurposing. When a piece performs well, you expand it into new formats. A blog becomes a video becomes a carousel becomes a reel becomes a podcast clip. Repurposing multiplies your reach without creating new content from scratch. Iteration also applies to storytelling and structure. If your audience drops off early, you refine your hook. If they lose interest in the middle, you tighten your pacing. If they stay until the end, you analyze why and replicate that pattern. Another key part of optimization is audience feedback. Comments, messages, polls, and community discussions reveal what your audience wants more of and what they're tired of. Listening to your audience is the fastest way to improve your content. Optimization also includes platform-specific adjustments. What works on YouTube may not work on Instagram. What performs on LinkedIn may fail on TikTok. Each platform has its own rhythm, algorithm, and audience behavior. Iteration helps you tailor your content to each environment. Finally, optimization is about continuous improvement. You don't optimize once, you optimize always. Every post teaches you something. Every metric reveals a pattern. Every iteration compounds your growth. Content optimization and iteration turn your strategy into a living system, one that evolves, adapts, and improves with every cycle. When you embrace iteration, your content becomes sharper, smarter, and more impactful over time. A long-term content strategy is not about going viral. It's about building a system that grows stronger, smarter, and more influential over time. It's the difference between creators who burn out and brands that dominate for years. Long-term strategy transforms content from a task into an ecosystem, from random posts into a predictable engine of trust, authority, and revenue. A long-term strategy begins with vision. You must know where your brand is going. What do you want to be known for? What transformation do you want to create for your audience? Vision gives your content purpose beyond trends. It becomes the North Star that guides every idea, every post, every campaign. Next comes consistency, the most underrated superpower in digital marketing. Consistency compounds. When you show up regularly, your audience learns to trust you. Algorithms learn to prioritize you. Your brand becomes familiar, and familiarity creates loyalty. Long-term strategy is built on rhythm, not random bursts of activity. A sustainable strategy also requires scalable systems. You cannot rely on inspiration alone. You need workflows, templates, content calendars, and repeatable processes. Systems reduce effort, eliminate chaos, and allow you to produce high-quality content even on your busiest days. Systems turn creativity into a machine. Another pillar of long-term strategy is evergreen content, content that stays relevant for months or years. Tutorials, guides, frameworks, and how-to videos continue to attract traffic long after they're published. Evergreen content builds a library of value that works for you 24/7, even while you sleep. But long-term strategy isn't just about evergreen content. It's also about timely content. Trends, news, and cultural moments give your brand relevance in the present. The strongest strategies blend evergreen depth with timely momentum. A long-term strategy also includes audience evolution. Your audience will grow, change, and mature, and your content must evolve with them. What resonates today may not resonate next year. Listening to your audience, studying their behavior, and adapting your message keeps your brand relevant. Another key element is platform diversification. Relying on one platform is risky. Algorithms change, reach fluctuates, platforms rise and fall. A long-term strategy spreads your presence across multiple channels: YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, email, blogs, ensuring stability and resilience. Long-term success also requires brand storytelling. Facts inform, but stories endure. Your brand story, your mission, your values, your journey becomes the emotional glue that binds your audience to you. When people connect with your story, they stay with you for the long run. A sustainable strategy also includes monetization planning. Content is not just for attention, it's for impact and income. Courses, consulting, products, memberships, sponsorships, your content should lead to meaningful opportunities. Monetization gives your strategy fuel to grow. Finally, long-term strategy requires patience and persistence. Growth is not linear. Some months explode, some months feel slow, but every piece of content, every improvement, every iteration compounds over time. The creators who win are not the ones who post the most. They are the ones who never stop. A long-term content strategy is a commitment to your audience, your message, and your mission. When you build with intention, consistency, and vision, your content becomes more than marketing. It becomes a legacy. You've just unlocked another layer of the world around you. If this episode sparked a new thought, challenged an old belief, or made you see things differently, imagine what's coming next. At Knowitrix, we decode complex ideas, explore trending topics, and reveal the hidden patterns shaping our modern world, one insight at a time. Stay curious, stay aware, and step back into the matrix of modern knowledge in the next video. This is Knowitrix.